Hi, Sally. I want to make sure that you get started on the right foot for your program, and so we're going to go over day one on the program. And my first question to you is: did you get my email, the welcome email, and did you do all of things on it? Did you take the health quiz? I'm very interested in that beginning number, so take it and send me the number. I don't need to see the quiz. I just need to see whatever the number is, and also your before pictures. If you haven't, go ahead and send those to me. If you're doing the challenge, which I believe everybody who's watching this is doing the challenge, go ahead and give me your toes on scale Monday morning for your start weight. So if you got my email, then make sure that you did the health quiz, send that to me. And did you read about fat burning? If you haven't done either one of those things, I want you to do those before you start or as soon as you start tomorrow, as soon as you can. And then the other thing is I want to talk about fat burning. So most programs are simple: calories in, calories out. So, you eat a 50-calorie cookie, you run up and down the stairs, burn 50 calories, and then, everything's cool because it's, back to square one. But our program is based on our bodies through feast and famine. So our bodies got really adept at storing fat to prepare for famine. And we're not going to have a famine. I mean, you're going to score 100% of the time when you go to the grocery store, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to signal to our bodies. We're going to signal it's okay, it's safe to burn the fat. And by eating the 6 small meals, low glycemic, high protein, the way we create this, it's scientifically formulated to put you in a light ketosis, which is fat burning. Now, there are 3 ways to get out of fat burning. One way is to not eat all the food. So you have 5 of our meals in 1 of yours, or you have 4 of ours in 2 of yours, depending on which program you're on. And if you're doing the 4 and 2, it's because you work out a lot, or you're into hot yoga, or you're burning a lot of calories. So that's why I have you there. But one way to get out of fat burning is if you don't eat enough. Like a lot of people, they don't eat at the end of the day. Like, I don't eat before I go to bed. Well, that's not getting all of your food. So that'll take you out of fat burning. You won't lose as well. You won't be as successful. So you must eat all 6 of your meals, the 5 or 4, and, well, you got it. Anyway, 6 meals. So make sure you get all of your food. The other way is if you do exercise too much. So if you're on the 5 and 1, no huffing and puffing. I don't want any cardio. I don't want you burning too many calories, because it's the same math. It's the same math of not getting enough food or burning too many calories. And then the third way to get out of fat burning, the second way, I already got it. First way is not get all your food. Second way is too much exercise. Third way is if you eat carbs. So you're like, I felt really good. I just had a handful of popcorn. Well, that is really good. And I'm really proud of you for not eating the whole bowl, but it could take you out of fat burning. So when you make a decision, do it with the knowledge that you're taking yourself. I mean, it's okay. You say, hey, you know what? I wanted it. I had it. I chose it. But when you choose it, know that it's going to take you out of fat burn. So it's basically going to slow you down by 3 or 4 days on your weight loss journey. And so that's a big decision to make. You're welcome to, no judgment here. You want it, have it. Just know what you're choosing, and then empower yourself and love yourself, and, get right back on the program if you decided to choose, fill in the blank, whatever it is. All right. So the next thing I want to do is talk about your quick start guide. So have a look at your quick start guide and go to page 3. And it says here, leanest, leaner, and lean. So have a look at that, and notice that it says on the leanest, it's 7 ounces cooked weight. So I want to make sure you're getting enough protein during the day, and then 2 healthy fats. So that's not optional. If you have the leanest meat, you're not getting enough healthy fat, so you need to add that during the day. It doesn't have to be that meal. And this is where you'll find tuna. A lot of times people don't see tuna on there, but it's on there packed in water. But I do want to mention that if you open a can of tuna and obviously get rid of the water, it's not really 7 ounces. If it says 7 ounces on the outside, it really ends up being about 5. So you might need to add a hard-boiled egg or something like that to get enough protein. Then the leaner is 6 ounces. Something that would be leaner would be like light chicken meat or poultry. 6 ounces and 1 healthy fat. And then the lean is 5 ounces cooked and no healthy fats. So if you have a hamburger patty, don't add any healthy fat to that, or the dark meat poultry. So then on the very next page, it has your healthy fats. So the very next page tells you what your healthy fats are. And then it goes to the green portion of the meal. And you're seeing the mirror image, but if you have your own. And 1 serving is half a cup, and you get 3 servings. So you want to find 3 servings, and it can be all the same. I mean, you could have 3 servings of tomatoes, so it's 1.5 cups, or you can mix it up. So you could have a half a cup of tomatoes, half a cup of cucumbers, and a half a cup of zucchini. The exception is if you have leafy vegetables, and that would be a full cup. And you want to just check and see. But lettuce and spinach, those would qualify as a whole cup. So again, you can make yourself a little salad with that. So that is your quick start guide. I also want you to be aware that you're only allowed 3 condiments a day. So in my welcome email, in the attachment is this that tells you the condiments. So have a look at that and plan them wisely so that you're not stuck with a salad and no dressing because you had all your condiments earlier in the day. So that I put this on my fridge. I just have it with a magnet on my fridge. So that is that part of it. And I want to talk about fat burning. Fat burning is a process that your body goes into. So most people, it takes 4 days. Some can get into fat burning within a day or 2, and some takes a week. So be aware that yours might be a little bit different. But typically, it's day 1. You're going to kick it out of the park. I mean, it's just like, you're going to knock it out of the park. It's going to be so easy. I got this. This is the easiest program I've ever done. Day 1. Day 2, you might feel a little bit more hungry. You might go, when is my next meal going to come? Day 3 is the toughest day. So you might feel a little bit more hungry. You might have cravings. You might have a slight headache, and you might feel a little tired. You might even feel a little grumpy. People might tell you that. So that's good. So like, yes, this is the dark before the dawn, because on the 4th day, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to have a burst of energy. You're going to have no cravings. You'll have little or no hunger. And some people even tell me they feel more clear-headed. So being in fat burning is a fabulous place to be. So I want to make sure everything is going correctly. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know what you ate. So the first 4 days of being on the program, I want you to call me every day and or text me or chat me and just tell me how you're doing, and let me ask you a couple of questions to make sure you're on the right track. So if you're not, we can nip it in the bud at the beginning. So I'm looking at my notes. So I don't want you to suffer. If you're a little bit hungry or a little bit headachy or tired, tired and headachy means your body needs electrolytes. So we're very, very, very low sodium. So sometimes your body actually needs more than we're giving it. So places to find electrolytes are chicken broth or dill pickles or Powerade Zero. So those are 3 things to have available. And this week only, your first week, I'm going to let you have unlimited celery and cucumbers. But don't just munch just like because you can. It's like, oh, it's free. I can eat all of that I want. No, if you're hungry, it's there for that. So if you're hungry, drink a large glass of water, drink it all, and then wait, because sometimes it's so hard to tell the different signal from hunger from thirst. So drink a glass of water, and it may go away. You may not really have been hungry. But if you're still hungry, then go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to have this. And if you make your own salsa with just fresh vegetables, or you buy salsa that doesn't have any sugar in it in the ingredients, you can put your celery in there and make that a snack, unlimited, to get you through. All right. If you have a headache and the electrolytes don't help it, and you take aspirin, take aspirin. I mean, it's not like you have to suffer. Caffeine, you can have 3 a day. So whatever it is. I mean, if you like Coke, which I'd love for you to get off of it, but if you do Diet Coke or Pepsi, and you want 3 of those a day, you can have them. Or if you have a cup of coffee and then 2 Cokes, anyway, whatever makes 3, you're allowed to do that. If you're going to put cream in your coffee, that's a condiment, so you need to count it as a condiment. I switched to tea because I don't put cream in my tea, and then I got a condiment later. So when you get up, whatever time that is, think about what time that is. Let's say you get up at 6. So if you get up at 6, by 6:30, I want you to have your first meal. Now, I know that the points are for having a meal within the first hour, but I'd really like you to try to have your first meal within 30 minutes. So whatever that is, have meal 1, and then count out the hours. So if I ate at 6 and 7, 8:30, then have meal 2, and then just write it down. It's like plan your whole day. 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11, have another meal. 11, 12, 1, 1:30, meal. And then think about when you're going to eat dinner. Like, let's say you're going to eat dinner at 6 and you had your other meal at 1:30. So somewhere between 1:30 and 6, say maybe around 3, go ahead and have, or 3:30, go ahead and have your 4th MetaFast meal. Then have your lean and green. Make sure you go through the quick start guide and you know what that is, so you're not having the wrong vegetables, because there's no high carb vegetables on our program. So be aware of what that is. And then if you go to bed, say you go to bed if you got up at 6, maybe you went to bed at 10. So by 9 o'clock, have your last MetaFast meal, and then go to bed and have a great night's sleep. So drink 100 ounces of water a day. If you have any problems with that, ask me. I have lots of ideas on how to get that down. Eat all of your meals. Don't think that you're going to do yourself any favors by skipping one or by eliminating one. If you missed one, just eat and then divide what hours you're up. So you might have to eat every 2 hours after that to make up for it. Avoid all beverages that are not on the program. Dairy, alcohol, carbs, and fruit. Not on the program. So if it's not our food or your lean and green and the allowable condiments, pretty much you don't get it. So, or you're not going to want it, or it's just not part of our deal. So it makes it very easy, and it makes it really easy to shop too, because you don't have to buy all that stuff. Start a journal. This is another place for you to get a point, is to journal every day. So you have a journal. It looks like this. Many of you already have one. That more recently they started adding these in the orders. Some of you who've been in clients for a long time, you don't have that, but you can make one up. The Quick Start Guide has one in the back you can make copies of. Anyway, I don't know what I did with that, but you'll find it, and you can. But this, when you write in your journal, don't just put a check mark there, like meal 1, meal 2. Write what it is and what time you had it. Because if you're not losing like you want to, then we're going to go over this. Also, pay attention to how you feel. I mean, it doesn't matter how you feel, but it's interesting. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed out, if you're tired, if you're happy, if you're excited, if you're feeling great, whatever you're feeling, write it down, because it can affect your weight, believe it or not. So in the morning, you're going to get up, pee, strip, weigh, and get that starting weight. You're going to do that every Monday. That's going to be a constant for you on Monday morning, which is a great way day, by the way, because it helps you get through the weekend. You have digestive health. For most of you, if you, there's a probiotic and a digestive health in your order, and you want to start with that with your first meal and your first water. And that's it. Everything has the same footprint. The exception are the bars